when we get talking. So, because I've got to go soon. It's trying to add you. Maybe it's my bad Wi-Fi. Won't let me do it. Connecting.
Oh, yeah.
Richard, hello.
Oh, yeah. Oh, not bad, thanks. I've just caught your broadcast really late because I've been watching Sky News before that. I was watching Tony Robinson on his thing about the River Thames, so I'll have to watch this back and catch everything.
Well done for watching Sky. Obviously, that's my preferred news outlet, so that's good. How are you finding it where you are?
I'm okay. I've got a little group of friends here in Sandbach and with my counsellors, so I'm just going to go out with a friend tomorrow down this sort of countryside trail next railway line just where I live. We're going to do a bit of litter picking, so just we have a chat and we'll do something to make the place look nice. So yeah, I'm managing okay.
What tier are you in though?
Oh, well, we're all 4 before we locked down. So 2 of us are allowed to meet outside for exercise.
Right. Yeah. And one thing that you missed, Richard, was I was talking to people about my new mask, which is this. Have you seen one of these before?
I've seen things like that, but I've just got a simple cloth one. I'll show you now.
So what I was basically talking about, sure, and obviously we've talked a lot about those in terms of washing, and some people were having questions and they were saying that, oh, they get damp and they predispose to infections and all that sort of stuff. So obviously if you keep on breathing into it, then that's going to be the case. But the reason that I mentioned about this mask is at the moment we don't know why the virus is more transmissible. We have no idea. The studies aren't there, we're not sure. And one theory that I have, potentially, you're getting a lot of love in the comments, by the way. I don't know if you can see this. Everyone wants to say.
No, I can't. It's asked me to put the phone on horizontal, so I can't switch the thing down.
Don't worry, don't worry. So back. If other people want to come on camera, it would be great because I'd love to have a chat with you. I reckon we could go for another hour. But anyway, so Richard, the reason I'm saying is because it's more transmissible potentially. I'm wondering. I don't know. But is it hanging in the air for longer? Therefore, if you're in a shopping supermarket and they've got loads of people going in there, yes, they've all got masks, but it's also leaking outside the side of their mask because you can breathe through this and then it's all leaking. I don't really want to be in a shop for a long time.
No.
And I trialed this the other day, and what I was saying about it was whilst it filters air in, I've still got to keep away from people because in the middle of it, it's got a vent that will just project this out to people. But what we're saying is that the education just isn't there. The education to explain to people isn't there because back at the beginning of this, your mask is not good for people around you as you breathe out without any filtration. Raman, I agree. That's what I'm saying. And that's why I'm saying I don't go anywhere near people with this. I keep away from them. But what I'm saying is when you go into a supermarket and you go to the self-checkout and you scan the stuff, this won't make your glasses steam up, Pam. Don't worry about that. But what I'm saying is when you have that on and you put this on and you still this down, so everything that you breathe in is filtered. And yes, that, if it doesn't have a filter in, I need to check the make of this mask. I don't know if it's got a filter in. It might do because it was expensive enough to, so it probably does. Let's have a look. Don't know. I'll look at the books. I've got the books here somewhere. So let's have a look at this. But the point being is the masks aren't protecting people in this environment. The current masks.
No.
But anyway, yeah, so there's that. And that's all you've missed, Richard. Apart from this, which is Digital Minimalism, which is a great book about avoiding the tech, like constant Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. It's so. How have you found that in the social media element during the pandemic?
I have pretty much since the start of this just been addicted. I bought a tablet near the start of this lockdown, and yeah, it's incredibly addictive. I've sort of made a New Year's resolution that really I've got to get back to a routine of going to bed at a proper time and not, as I have been doing for months, just literally staying up to, because obviously I'm not working. I haven't had a job since September last year. But I've just been staying up to like 3, 4 in the morning, just looking at Twitter or whatever. You just find yourself getting hooked on it. I think that's how they design it, to make you get hooked.
That's the point. That's the point. So, that is the point. Yeah. They talk about is made to be super, super addictive. And then the bright light from the phone on your screen. Like I was saying to people as well, that really I shouldn't be sitting in this bright light, because I need to be winding down, going to bed. Alexandra, I think we need to move to those masks, as the onus is then on ourselves to protect ourselves, as opposed to relying on others not to infect us. Sorry, being focused on the US Capitol news. I don't blame you. It's interesting, but all my screens are turned off. But okay, so that's good. And that's about it, I think, Richard. But I tell you what, we should do these more. You join in. We'll do a little recap. Unless other people, have you got any other comments in terms of what do you think about lockdown 3 when that happened?
We should have locked down before Christmas. I'm an avid viewer of the Independent Sage. Sort of the people I've mainly recently been following on Twitter and just reading what say Christina Cargill, Debbie Schroeder, Anthony Costello, Gabriel Scally, all of those. So they're mainly it's the doctors and the scientists that I'm sort of glued to, seeing what they're saying and the latest research that's coming out. So
and what's your summary of that in terms of, like, I've mentioned Devi Sridhar a bit, but from an Independent Sage point of view, watch cricket. Yeah, what, as in to help you go to sleep, Roman? What's your take home from Independent Sage?
It's since they had the first session, it's been so informative just for a non-medical or non-science person like myself, just to understand what's going on. It's so much better than what Whitty and Valance have been saying. Christina presents data at the start in a really easy to understand way. It's such a shame that they're not the official body giving briefings every week on television, because
I think, yeah, I mean, it's difficult, isn't it? Because like Chris Whitty, Valance, Jonathan Van Tam, all of them, they get 2 minutes at the podium. And to be fair to them, they try, right? So Jonathan Van Tam did something. As we've still got a few viewers, I might as well find it. And hold on. So I'll put it, and I don't have Facebook on this phone, so I can't put it in the comments. But if if people that are watching go to the What Med Media Facebook page, no, YouTube page. So What Med Media YouTube, and you scroll back on the videos. There was a video which was, let's have a look, hold on, get rid of that. Where is it? Mass confusion. There was something, not that one. I don't know where I put it. But there was basically a time where Jonathan oh, here we go. No, that's Boris wishing everyone a merry little Christmas. That didn't age very well, did it? But there's a video where, oh, here we go. Yeah, a month ago. So Johnson still doesn't get it, does he? The video's entitled. And let me just show you this.
Lastly, Harry Cole of the Sun. Very much. Let's go to Harry Cole. Lastly, Harry Cole of the Sun.
Thank you, Prime Minister. A question for Professor Van Tam. I know you can't give us a magical number of how many people will need to be vaccinated before we can begin to lift some measures. But can you envisage a world, perhaps in the winter, a new normal, where masks and hand sanitizer just become part of everyday life? And Prime Minister, I don't think I heard you give a direct answer to Mace's question there. Is this a Brexit bonus? Have we beaten the world to this because we're free from Brussels? And are you concerned that 70 of your MPs were unable to back you last night? And aren't you staring at a defeat in February? Or what are you going to do to win over your own party on your tier system, given they're in open mutiny?
David, do you want to go first?
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Prime Minister. So, Harry, to your question, I'll answer it in kind of 3 chunks, if I may. Number 1, I don't think we're going to eradicate coronavirus ever. I think it's going to be with humankind forever. Secondly, I think we may get to a point where coronavirus becomes a seasonal problem. I don't want to draw too many parallels with flu, but possibly that is the kind of way we would learn to live with it. And the third point is, do I think there will come a big moment where we kind of, have a massive party and throw on masks and hand sanitizer and say that's it, it's behind us, like the end of the war? No, I don't. I think those kind of habits that we've learned from that clearly stop the spread of other respiratory viruses, such as flu, will perhaps persist for many years, and that may be a good thing if they do.
Yes, it may be a good thing. On the other hand, we may want to get back to life as pretty much close to normal. But anyway, I have high hopes that eventually the vaccine will make a very, very significant difference the way we live our lives. But Harry, on your point about why we're lucky enough to be in the position on
So I'm just going to fast forward this bit a little bit because JVT comes back in, which is worth watching.
Perhaps not.
Squeeze the disease, kick COVID out even before the vaccine comes.
So Harry, I'd like to come back because I do like to be challenged when I have perhaps not made myself clear, and the Prime Minister has picked me up on this occasion, and it's quite all right.
I didn't mean to challenge.
No, but it's quite all right because it gives me a chance to clarify what I mean here. I do not think the government will continue to have to recommend social distancing, masks and hand sanitizer forever and a day. I hope we will get back to a much more normal world. But the point I was trying to make was, do I think possibly some of those personal habits for some people will persist longer and perhaps become enduring for some people? Yes, I think that's possible.
As in the Far East.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, who knows? Thank you very much, everybody. That concludes the.
So yeah, what do you think of that, Richard?
Something that I had thought is, I would hope that when I say if this is over, if it becomes, over for what it
Something's happened to your mic, Richard. We can't hear you. I don't know what's happened.
Oh, hang on. Can you hear me okay now?
That's better, yeah.
Okay, I might have had my finger over the part of the phone. I hope that when life returns to some kind of normality, that people would actually carry on with the wearing masks, certainly in wintertime, like they do in the Far East with flu season, people hand hygiene, all of that. So that's what I hope would continue. And then, because it's beneficial for all society if we're all getting ill less. So if that rubs off.
And I was reading some stuff now to say that Phil Hammond's tweeted it actually. He was saying that the reason why all-cause mortality is down for winter at the moment is because we've not been spreading respiratory viruses as much. So that's completely the case. And, I don't want people to watch this and think, yeah, we're going to have to be wearing these masks in every winter. Far from it. But when there is a virulent pathogen free going around and we don't know what it does to people, we've already had the World Health Organization warning Boris Johnson and his cabinet that it's not good to let it run through the population, and they did. And now they're already saying that we might have to just lock down open. The constant chopping and changing is going to cause people way more harm and way more disruption to both people's lives mentally, but also economic well-being. But, I did my last one of these videos I did over Christmas where I talked about, look, maybe we could actually be looking at giving kids computers and actually leveling up and doing what they promised so that they can do remote learning, so that we're not increasing the health inequalities. I've got another great book up there. It's a horrible subject, but it's a great book, which is it's got by, is it Michael Marmot, I think? And it's like the health gap. And all that COVID has done is it's essentially exposed inequalities in our system, whether that be education, health, tenuous employment, 0-hour contracts, people that are working in the supermarkets and they don't have the protection. All it has done is it's shown a magnifying glass on that and exposed it for everybody to see. And you have Johnson in that video talking to JVT, or we might just want to return back to normal. What is normal? What is normal? Is normal a world where the rich are very rich and the poor are very poor, and that's normal and that's okay, so let's just do that? Or do we take the opportunity to pause and reset and say, bearing in mind that I think they thought potentially that this could be with us for a long time, because a year ago, Johnson tried to get emergency powers for 2 years. And, you know, that doesn't look like, it looks like a lot of 2021 could go this way as well. Obviously, I hope it doesn't. But if they're now talking about releasing lockdown in April, and Professor Chris Whitty said the other day that after summer, we're going to potentially have to lock down at Christmas. So you have the beginning and the end of the year lockdown. That is a new normal that I think we've all got to take responsibility. The 32 people that are watching this, Facebook doesn't serve it up to as many people anymore. Even when you add some money behind it, it doesn't go to as many people. And this is, to be fair, this is quite a long form video, so nobody's going to watch it all. But the 31 people that are watching, you have a massive responsibility. If you can go off and tell 3 people some of the stuff that you've learned and we've talked about, and they go off and tell 3 people, then we can get exponential growth in a good way. So I'm going to call it a day. I'll give you the last word, Richard. Thank you so much for joining. I'm so glad it was you, and I'm so glad we've had a chance to catch up.
Yeah, I'll have to video more often. So just the one thing, I suppose I would finish off by saying, I've always been a bit OCD about having good air quality in the home. So when we moved into the flat back in 2012, I bought a really fancy 7-stage air purifier sterilizer. And I'm really trying to get the message to everybody that if you've got the money, that's something that everybody should invest in, is a high quality air filtration sterilizer unit for their home.
It's very good. I don't know how much those are. I'm going to cut you off. Michael McGettigan, how to thrive in lockdown. Ignore shills like you. I think he means me. Not
right.
You, but
right.
Ignore shills like me. Ignore the media and government lies, and get on with your life. Welcome, Michael, to What Med Media. Thank you very much for coming. Everybody's welcome here. You're not going to get blocked. You're not going to get called a troll. You're not going to told to go away, because the more we do that, well, the more we drive people into echo chambers and filter bubbles. So I'd love, if you're still watching, Michael, why do you think I'm a shill? Please tell me why I'm a shill. Or did you mean Richard was a shill? In which case, I think that's a bit harsh. I don't think he did, though. So why wouldn't we watch all the way through? Emma, thank you, Emma. That's very kind. Do you want to come on camera, Emma? Thank you for doing this, Kish. Pleasure. So I tell you what, let's. I want to see if Emma wants to come on camera, because it's asked me the opportunity. So, Richard, thank you so much for your time, and I look forward to doing this again soon. And I think we can make it a bit of a regular thing during lockdown.
Yeah, why not? As I say, look forward to it. Okay,
all right, mate. All right, Richard. Take care. See you later.
See you, mate. Bye.
Let's see if Emma Cobb Webb. What a great name.